all. My name is EmoryPt. I'm the president of the Black Student Alliance, which is basically an organization on campus to build community and have a positive impact where we can on campus.
Hi, my name is Netsayat Jones, and I'm here on behalf of the NAACP. I'm on the Political Action Committee.
So today, just a brief agenda. Netsayat and I will give an introduction of what we'll be doing today. Roger will give background and a little information on what has gone on campus so far. We'll hear from the panelists, and we'll open the floor up for Q&A, and lastly, we'll have a conclusion just to tie it all together.
So, as students of Emory University, we believe all aspects of campus life should reflect a certain Emory standard of academia, service, and diversity. And for a school that places such high value on improving the world, to have such mistreatment of members of our Emory community is unacceptable. So this is an ample opportunity to hear from the workers themselves, to have a first-hand account of what's been going on.
So Sodexo has had numerous accounts of unethical or unlawful acts, including an $80 million lawsuit based on racial discrimination in 2005, and a $20 million lawsuit with the New York Public School Systems and New York University this summer. And both of these were settled out of count, so that just gives you a little background on Sodexo. So Emory, we brought this to them a couple of times, and administration has tried to wash their hands of the situation, as Sodexo is a contractor hired by Emory. However, we feel that as students, it's our responsibilities, because we have a voice, to help and resolve these issues concerning workers on our campus. And we believe everyone should be treated with respect. So with that, I'd like to introduce Roger Sykes, who's a member of Students and Workers in Solidarity, who will give a little background and discuss the administration's response to our concerns thus far.
Thank you. Thank you, Corinne. I'm Roger. I'm a student over at the Public Health School at Emory. And so last school year in January, students and workers kind of started having some conversations with each other and kind of building relationships with each other. And what students realized is that a lot of the workers on our campus were really struggling with things like wages, benefits, working conditions, and just issues of respect. And I think as students, a lot of us were kind of surprised and a little bit, disgusted that this was going on our campus, especially when we see that, in this campus community, it's very wealthy. Like, we have beautiful buildings and we have resources here. And we felt like it's not right that there's community members that are struggling. And also what happened is that workers came together and they decided they wanted to do something about this. They wanted to look at these workers' rights issues and they wanted to raise some questions. And so when they started doing that, Sodexo, the company that they work for, and the company that Emory University contracts out to, and that you and I as students, we pay this company, they brought into Emory University 2 lawyers from Washington, D.C., from their national offices. And these lawyers came onto Emory's campus, and they gave anti-union captive audience meetings. And what that means is that workers who were on the clock were forced to go to meetings, and they had to listen to PowerPoint presentations regarding why unions were a bad thing, and why unions would not help workers. In fact, they'd end up hurting workers on our campus. So students got wind of this, and we were kind of upset. We're like, this shouldn't be going on around here. So we had a protest, and it was right in the middle of when these meetings were going on. So about halfway through the day, they cut off the meetings, and they were stopped. So they reached about half of the workers on campus. Following that, some students were reading the Emory Wheel, and an editorial had come out. And it was titled, Emory Employees Speak Out. And we're like, okay, cool, Sodexo workers are speaking out. And then we read the article. And basically, it said that, hey, we're Sodexo workers, and we're happy. We've got healthcare benefits. We're satisfied with our jobs. Sodexo treats us well. Furthermore, it said that, thank you students that you're concerned, but we don't need your support, we're doing okay. So we were like, huh, that's weird, because like we've been speaking with some workers, and like they're having trouble on their job, and they're having trouble in their workplace, and they aren't happy, and they do want our support. So what we did a quick Google search, and we found out who the authors were of this editorial article. And it turns out that the first two authors were marketing managers at Sodexo. So they were not food service workers like they claimed to be. They were in fact marketing managers on our campus. So after this happened, students that upset community members and faculty members and workers as well. So we took it to the Emory administration, we took it to the president. And we're like, hey, this can't be happening on our campus. Like, workers are feeling intimidated, workers are feeling like they're gonna get in trouble if they try and, question workers' rights, if they try and do something about it. Like, that's not okay. So we first went to Emory administration about this March 15th of last school year, so that's over 6 months ago. Basically, we went to President Wagner, Provost Earl Lewis, and Vice President of Campus Affairs, John Ford. And basically, they sidestepped the issue, didn't make any commitments, weren't going to do anything about it. Furthermore, they came out with a public statement into the Emory Wheels, that's a newspaper on campus. And they kind of made their stance public. And I just wanted to read a couple of excerpts from the statement that they had made. And again, so this is basically President James Wagner, as well as the President's cabinet, wrote this editorial. The employees in question are not Emory employees, and Emory does not control the labor policies of its contractors. We went on to say, regarding our assertions that there was disrespect going on and workers were struggling, they said, in addition, many general assertions have been made publicly regarding alleged conduct such as unlawful harassment, intimidation, and discrimination. Such conduct would, of course, be inappropriate. However, Sodexo management has categorically denied these allegations. So we said, okay, that's nice. We asked the president, okay, you talked to Sodexo management, but did you speak to any of the workers, any of the people that are, really in question? And he said, no, I haven't actually, talked to workers about this. So after that letter had come out in the Emory Wheel, a group of 78 professors on campus got together. They were upset specifically about the comment where Emory University had basically said, Sodexo's not our business. If there's anything going on with Sodexo, that's Sodexo's thing, and that doesn't have anything to do with the Emory community. Even though Emory University and all the students here we are paying this company. So the professors were upset, and they wrote an editorial. Again, there's 78 of them, and this came out in the graduation paper of the Emory Wheel, and here's just a couple of excerpts. We have a major concern about this statement. We find this viewpoint disturbing and disappointing. As the administration must know, the argument by businesses and other organizations that they are not responsible for the behavior of subcontractors has a long and sorry history. Surely, Emory does not want to be accused of seeking refuge behind the notion that practices transpiring on our campus are, effectively, not our problem, simply because they are carried out by subsidiary contractors. So bringing us to this year, we again brought this up with President Wagner. So on September 9th, we had a meeting with him, again presenting him with the Labor Code of Conduct, demanding that changes be made on our campus. And again, he did not commit to anything. There's been no action taken. And the main reason that he gave us was that he claimed that there was no legitimacy to the claims that workers on our campus are struggling. He claimed that there was no legitimacy to the claim that workers were struggling to meet their basic needs, nor that there was any disrespect or anything going on campus. So, we wanted to give the Emory community an opportunity to hear from some of the Sodexo workers themselves. And hopefully y'all can hear their story and see it with your own eyes.